Hello, Core Life. It's Lauren Melton here, registered dietitian at Core Life in Odenton and host of Eating Well with Core Life. Thanks again for joining me today. Today, we're going to talk about how to stay on track when you are on a road trip and choosing healthy foods. But before we get started, I want to remind you that even though our clinics are temporarily closed, you can still meet with your care team through a telehealth visit and track your progress using Core Life's app and remote patient monitoring program. So if you haven't done that yet, give your local office a call or send them an email and they will get you scheduled to see us via telehealth. So like I said, today we're talking about road trip snacks or just ways to be healthy when you're traveling, because that can be really tricky for a lot of people. So I wanted to share some of my favorite tips for staying on track while you're on a road trip. So number one, obviously pack snacks. If you are curious about good snacks to bring or my favorite snacks, I did a couple of videos the past few weeks. There's actually two of them, parts 1 and 2 of my favorite snacks. So snack foods can often be cheaper if you buy them in the grocery store ahead of time versus at a convenience store, so they put that convenience fee on there. So try and buy them beforehand so that you can be prepared and save money. And those snacks are really yummy and lots of good protein and fiber there to help keep you full. Another one, choose restaurants to stop at that you know you can find healthy menu items. It's typically easiest to stick to fast food and drive-thrus when you're on a long road trip, and obviously sometimes fast food can be seen as unhealthy, but never fear. Last week I did a whole series on some fast food restaurants and how to stay healthy and choose healthy options at those places, so take a look at those if you are curious. My personal favorite is Chick-fil-A. And a general good rule of thumb, if I didn't cover that place, is to try and look up your menu ahead of time and try and follow the My Plate method as best as possible. So aim for about half your plate fruits or vegetables, quarter of your plate grains or some sort of complex carb, and then the quarter of your plate your protein. Now, if you're shopping at a gas station and you need a snack, or you kind of want to piece together an actual meal with snacks, some of my favorite snack foods that you can get at convenience stores, gas stations, things like that. Let's talk about that. So protein bars is great. They're available in most gas stations and can kind of tide you over until your next meal, or could be used as your protein item for a meal. Be sure to look for one that has greater than 10 grams of protein and less than 10 grams of sugar, and any added fiber is a bonus. Some other things you can get, air pop popcorn is a good one. It's an excellent complex carb source, good source of fiber and low calorie. So like I said, get the air popped. Try to avoid any that had any extra oil or butter added. Boom Chicka Pop is one of my favorite brands, commonly found in gas stations, so something like that. Another one, dry roasted nuts. You can get ones that without all the added sugar or salt, and this allows you to add in some healthy fats that are filling plus some proteins. Other protein options you can get, string cheese, boiled eggs, things like that. Wawa, if you stop at there, they usually have a great snack pack that I really like to get that has pita chips, grapes, and cheese. So that's nice and filling, and you kind of get all the food groups there. Boiled eggs is another one, like I said, nice big protein source there, so that could be your protein option. Sunflower seeds, bean chips, any hummus and pita. It's easy these days to find those kinds of snacks in gas stations, so as much as you can stay on that healthy side of the gas station, stay away from like the candy, the better. And then also, a lot of gas stations and rest stops and truck stops now have fruit. So as much as you can, have fruit as a snack, even better. You're getting some good complex carbs and good fiber to help keep you full, but you're also getting in some of your fruit servings for the day, which you wouldn't normally think of that you could do on a long road trip. So those are good things to get at a gas station. Of course, sticking with your 0-calorie beverages if you pick there. It can be really hard to stay hydrated on a road trip compared to a normal day, because nobody wants to be that person that stops every hour to go to the bathroom. But do the best you can to stay as hydrated as you can. Like I said, choosing water or your sparkling waters or 0-calorie beverages at the gas station. But my best advice for staying hydrated is to try to hydrate a lot the day before and the day after when you're not in the car. So that way you're not doing as much damage. Don't use this as an excuse not to drink any water for the day, but just rest assured knowing that it is okay if you don't get as much as you normally do. Another piece of advice I have is work on logging as much as possible to stay on track. And I actually find that it's easier to log on days when I'm on a road trip because, number one, you're eating from restaurants where all that information is usually already in the app tracker, as well as most of the snacks you're going to buy at the store have the barcode so you can just scan it. So it's often easier to log on these days. So really use that to try and stay in your calories as much as you can, because it's probably really uncertain whether or not you're going to be able to exercise that day or get as much movement as you normally do, depending on how long your trip is. So the best that you can stay within your calories, the better, just because you don't have to worry about counteracting those calories with exercise, if that makes sense. But I hope that that gives you some good tips and tricks for staying on track while you are traveling or on a road trip. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave us any questions, comments, topics you'd like us to cover. We are happy to cover those topics for you. We want to get you all the information that you need. Don't forget to check out the workouts with Corey to stay active, the cooking demos with Nick to stay active in the kitchen. Core Life, we love you. We miss you. We hope to see you soon. And if you need anything, please let us know. We'll see you later.